Welcome back to the How You Slice It podcast. I am Bruce. I'm your host today, and today we're joined by Daniel and Caitlin from Ronan, LA. They are a pizzeria, Neapolitan-style pizzeria, serving sourdough pizza in the restaurant in downtown LA. Well, not downtown LA, but in the LA area. And they're going to come on today and talk about how they got started, why they opened up their own pizzeria, the process of doing that, because it took a lot longer and cost a lot more to open their pizzeria than they thought. But now it's going great. They built a great following on Instagram. They're serving great pizza. They've really become part of the community and a destination place. And I wanted to see how they did that, and then any little nuggets that they can share that's going to help you either start your pizza journey or get better at your pizza business, because that's all we're trying to do here at the Slice over at Slice and How You Slice It podcast. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment, and let's get into the interview. But first, a message from today's sponsor, us. Slice has something great. It's called Slice Referral. Slice.com/referral. If you want to make up to $2,000 just by referring your pizza friends to sign up for Slice, you can make $500 when they sign up for online ordering, and then an additional $1,500 if they sign up for Slice Family Membership or the point of sale system. This is a great way for you as the pizza shop owner to make some extra money just by telling your friends about Slice. Great point of sale system. The family membership also has phones, boxes, online ordering, a website, all that stuff that's going to help you kind of not have to worry about the tech or the phones answering, because that's a big pain in the butt. We all know that. And if you're a pizza shop owner, you do as well. So sign up for that and then tell all your friends about it. Go to slice.com/referral. There'll be a little sheet in there. You have to fill out some information about your friend and what the name of their pizzeria is. And then when they process their first order, boom, you get paid $1,500 or $2,000 just by referring people you know to Slice. Again, slice.com/referral. That's where you send them. All right, guys, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk to you guys. You guys look like you're doing some cool stuff in the LA area. I always put out on Instagram if I'm going to go to a city, I'm like, hey, where should I go check out for pizza shops? And I mean, obviously people say a lot of different pizza shops, but the ones that are mentioned multiple times, I always kind of put an asterisk next to. I'm like, all right, that's probably one I should check out if multiple people have said it. And congratulations, yours was one of them. So you guys must be doing something great.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's great. So tell us a little bit about, so I'm curious now, what you guys are up to. Like, tell us a little bit of the backstory about how you guys got started.
So Daniel and I met at a restaurant called Sourdough that was open like in the 2010s-ish time. That's when we met, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it was formal. It was like a more formal restaurant, but it had pizza, so it was like, it was kind of like the first like prelude to like restaurants like Bestia or like these full-fledged like pasta, pizza, apps, farmers market, that kind of like whole vibe.
Okay.
we really focused on Southern Italian cooking, which was kind of unique at the time.
Is that in LA?
It was in LA, yeah, in like South Beverly Hills. And it was definitely before like the pizza renaissance of LA. It was still when LA had like a bad pizza rap.
Yeah.
Florida has a bad pizza wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On all fronts, like the slice joints were weird. It was like, it's Neapolitan style, so it's like it's individual. It ended up being like a shared food item, but like the intent is that in Naples, when you go to like Pizzeria da Michele, like the most famous places, you sit down, everyone orders a pizza, and that's it. That's all they have. There's no salad, there's no drinks. You can get a Coke or a water, you know what I mean? Yeah. And everybody gets a pizza, and everybody eats their pizza with a fork and a knife, and then you're on your way. So this place was kind of like the first place I had ever seen. They didn't cut the pizza. They gave it to you with a knife, and you were supposed to eat it like it was a steak. That's still kind of lost. No, nobody knows how to do it. It's still kind of lost in translation. We cut pizzas on request if it's a big party or like.
Yeah, we don't cut them at Ronan, and the main reason is because they're so beautiful, and it's an Instagram moment. You know, when that food comes to the table, people take their picture, and it just looks so good when it's whole. And people are like, you guys are so lazy. You don't cut pizza. And I'm like, well, I want you to look at it. Yeah. Like, this is beautiful. And yes, we will slice it for you. It's not that we're against slicing.
Right.
But you're having a moment here.
And then like 99 times out of 100, people cut it into like the 6 slices or the 8 slices, and they pick it up and eat it like a pizza. Like very few people, I would say, have ever
I would say
been like, oh, this is Neapolitan style. I remember in Naples I ate my pizza this way.
No. They're like there's 3 Italian people who have come in and done it, and that's it.
I mean, I don't even know if I would do that. I mean, I probably would.
Yeah.
Like, I would be looking around at other people, making sure I'm doing it the right way.
It's like a reflex, though. You see a pizza and you want to cut it into 6 pieces or 8 pieces or whatever it is and eat it like a pizza.
Yeah,
it's
people
like an
are just
American.
So trained to do that over time.
Exactly.
Just their memories of a kids are like that's just how they've always done it. And they don't know how to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we kind of like, skirt the line on have your moment, but also, eat your pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it all dine-in? Do you guys do any takeout?
We do so much takeout.
Do you really?
Yeah, we didn't do any takeout until until COVID. But it was kind of something I started to look into maybe a month before COVID, and I signed up for DoorDash and completely forgotten that I had signed up for it because we literally got 0 orders.
Yeah.
And then
wasn't it caviar in the beginning?
Yeah, it was caviar back then.
It was called caviar.
And then all of a sudden, all these orders came in, and I started getting all these marketing charges on them, and I was like, what is this bullshit? You didn't tell me about this, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, you signed up for the marketing package when you joined a month ago because you weren't getting any orders. And I was like, well, take it off. I don't need it. It was this whole drama. But now, yes, we do a lot of takeout. We try to send our pizzas whole in takeout because they do reheat and like come back to life, as we call it, quite well. But again, a lot of people put in the memo, please slice, and then they're having whatever experience they're having.
When did you? So let's take us back to the beginning. Like, when did you guys open Ronan?
September 2018.
So you guys have been going for a long time now.
Yeah,
like, that's a long time.
In the restaurant world,
we just came up on 7 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what inspired you to open it? Like, bring us back to that time.
So like going back to Sourdough was like a very serious restaurant. The chefs had spent time in Italy. They had a relationship with Italy. They were very tied to that tradition. And Daniel and I don't really have those connections. So we loved the food, but we thought it could be more fun and playful and whimsical. So our idea was kind of to do Southern Italian cooking through the lens of 2 California, Los Angeles natives, and just be playful with it and have fun. Like, we like to listen to rap music. Our pizza with andouille on it is called How Andouille Want It. We have a French dip calzone. There's a lot of things that would absolutely never happen in Italy, but they make sense to us, and we think they're fun.
We're both from LA, so there's moments that happen. There's so many restaurants in LA. There's so many places in LA. There's so many things that happen that, like, you can't not be influenced by it. Like, we did a what was the Cinco de Mayo menu with a cannoli, but it was a tostada cannoli. People love that. It was actually a funny thing because it was like we didn't really do specials. We just changed the menu every day, and then like we finally had this specials menu on Cinco de Mayo, and we got a bad Yelp review because they said absolutely the worst restaurant ever, no specials, and we were like, on the only day we have specials, that's what you're gonna do. So we just try to keep it. We try to keep it playful. We try to keep it like close to the chest and like personal.
Okay.
If we have an idea, it's nice.
When you guys opened,
it's nice.
Did you like? How did it's probably not cheap to open a restaurant in LA. Like, how did you find a spot? Like, bring us through that.
We found a realtor and we asked him to show us spots. We weren't really in a rush. We kind of just knew it was something we wanted to do. And then he showed us so many like cookie cutter corporate buildings that were opening where you could get like a first level space and everything was just so white and blank and had no soul. And I spent a few years living in New York, so I have this nostalgia for restaurants with soul and with hundreds of years of stories. Huge mistake because they all have terrible plumbing, but we found this spot on Melrose, and I could see it being something. And I grew up in LA, so to me, Melrose means something. Like, that's where, as a 90s kid, we went and we thought we were cool and went vintage shopping and, felt older than we were. So I just thought it was a great opportunity to do something very LA. And it used to be a Chinese food restaurant, so we gutted it, basically. And it had a patio pre-existing, which was really lucky when COVID came. But yeah, I kind of just found the space, and I was a little bit probably too gung-ho on it because it ended up taking us 2.5 years to do the build out.
Wow.
So none of it was really practical. It was very instinctual. First mistake for restaurant owners, first timers.
You learn a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like go for the new construction. You want the new construction.
Yeah.
The newer the better.
It might look cold, but you'll fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you use anything from sometimes you get the hood or anything from the existing place?
We thought we were going to, but once you get in there, you realize that it no longer works or
well, we ended up needing
isn't code.
When we originally opened, the concept was the wood burning oven, and then we had a wood grill. We wanted to have a wood grill also, and then all the normal like gas appliances. So the restaurant had 2 existing hood ducts that went up, and the contractor was like, "Oh, but you have another thing. You need another duct because the wood oven needs its own duct, the wood grill needs its own duct, and the gas operation needs its own duct." So we did all the plans, we did all the stuff, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Where's the third duct?" And we're like, "What do you mean the third duct? We can't just put both wood things in one duct and the other thing in the other?" He's like, "No, it's got to be this way." So we had to punch another duct out. Luckily, we got approved for the direct vent instead of, because there's 2 ways you can have a wood oven. One is with a hood over it.
Yep.
One is with a direct line coming right out of the top. And we got approved for the one with the direct line, so that was a little bit easier to navigate, but we still had to like punch through the wall and
Meanwhile, at the time, the health department didn't know which was appropriate to do, so each person we would talk to would give us a different answer, whether we could direct vent or had to put a hood in.
Because it's city to city. It's like in Santa Monica, the rules are different from LA, and in LA, the rules are different from West Hollywood.
But even in LA, they didn't know what the rules should be. They were like, we don't actually have
They didn't have verbiage for it, so they had to kind of write a code for us because we got all this information from the manufacturer in Italy that said this is the way to do it. So it took like an extra 4 or 5 months to like get the mechanical department to approve all this stuff so that we could build it.
Oh my, that sounds like town stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I remember doing that. Like, we'd be in the same city, and the health inspector would come in, and we'd like, okay, this goes here. Like, okay, no problem, that goes there. And then like 6 months later or a year later, a new health inspector comes in, and like, why are you putting that there? And like, you told us to put it there. What do you mean? Why are you putting it there?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't
what
go
it is.
there. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. No, and then we put the oven in, and it's next to a wall where it fits perfectly. It's like up against the wall. So the inspector comes in, he goes, "This is too close to the wall. You have to move it." We're like,
the mouth of the oven had to be a certain number of inches from the wall.
And it had to have a certain amount of cement floor in front of the mouth of the oven for when ash and stuff comes out of it, like so that it doesn't catch the building on fire.
Yeah, and it was too close to the wall by 3 inches. And you could see on the other side of the oven, there's a pole and ovens and other things. And we were like, how are we supposed to move it 3 inches? He goes, I don't know, not my problem. Figure it out.
It's just...
Oh, Jesus.
And
so weighs, we twist it. We had to twist the oven.
It weighs 8,000 pounds, so
it
wasn't like the easiest thing to just move it. It's fine. I'll be back next week.
Yeah.
How'd you get it in the building, the oven?
Oh, a crane.
It was actually it was a sketchy. It was a forklift, and it was on chains. So they wrapped these chains around it, and they tied it to a forklift. The forklift, meanwhile, is like falling forward, and they have guys standing on the back of it to cantilever the whole thing so it doesn't go falling into the building, oven and forklift together. But we have these big windows in the front that were punched out, and we had to wait on the install of one of the window banks because that's how the oven had to come in. So they brought it in, they lowered it with the forklift onto like a pallet jack that had railroad ties, like Lincoln logged up, and they just lowered the oven onto it and then like pallet jacked it into place, and they like destroyed a wall bringing it in because it was like they were like, this, we can't do this wall, so the guys just ripped the wall off, and then
we're like freaking out. The contractor's like, don't worry, I'll just rebuild it. And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm going to pay you to rebuild it. I know you're not worried.
Yeah. Well, I know you can rebuild it, but I would prefer you not have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we put the thing in, and then the guy comes and he's like, "It's wrong. You have to twist it or something." So now it's, if you come to the restaurant, you'll see the oven is just like a little bit cocked to the right instead of being straight.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna see if I can go find pictures of the inside of that to show everybody after, or maybe you guys can send it to me.
I'll send you some.
So now you're open. Obviously, you see, I think everybody thinks when they open a pizza shop, it's like really easy. It always takes longer than you think it's going to, and it costs way more than you think or you budget for.
Any construction is a nightmare like that.
Especially in a city like, LA probably has a lot of regulations. Where I live, Boston has a lot of regulations. It's a lot of people coming to check the work afterwards.
Boston, and everything in Boston is small, so I could only imagine it's like even more difficult to do something you want to do.
Yeah, streets are small. It's really hard. Like to do what you tried to do with that oven would be next to impossible. Have to put an oven like that through the window. It'd be hard. But I've heard of it before because that's how you get them in. You have to like take the whole door frame off and the whole front off and bring it in that way. That's the only way you're gonna do it.
You got
to go back to Sourdough. They built the oven. They flew the guy in from Italy, and they brought in like a whole shipping container of bricks and mud and all this stuff from Mount Vesuvius, and they like built it inside the restaurant because it was like in a basement.
Yeah.
So there was no way to bring the oven in. They had to build it there.
Wow. I mean, I've heard Sofiero Group is a company that's, a U.S. based company that has wood fired ovens, and they've done that a couple times to some people that I've had on the podcast. Like gone into the shop and had to they've had the little
commitment
part of it, but they had to finish it in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you're open, I mean, how has business been going for you guys now that, I mean, other than COVID, we can kind of skip over that because we all know how that went. But like since the beginning, like running a pizza shop's not easy, especially in a city like LA where there's a lot of competition now. There's a lot of the pizza scene's growing, but there's also a lot of options now compared to what was available online, 15 years ago. So how are you guys doing there?
I would say it's been the wildest roller coaster I could have imagined. I mean, especially being in LA, COVID is old news. We won't even focus on that. But then there was the high after COVID where everybody was so excited to go out. So that was it was like a down, then an up, then it's the strikes. And then we were like maybe just starting to come out of the strikes. Then it was the fires. So now we're still down here. Yeah. And I'm really waiting for that post-COVID up here level to come back.
The strikes were really long. The strikes were almost really long. Worse than COVID because there was you didn't know what to predict for.
You also really realized how diverse your clientele is. I mean, there's the writer who has a stipend who's at home and uses his stipend to deliver one pizza. All of a sudden that was gone. There's the Netflix executives who get out of work at 5:30 and they come over for a team dinner. That was gone. I mean, I used to get so many reservations with @netflix.com emails attached, and all of a sudden those were all gone because they couldn't even be seen as having a business expense because that would be bad at that time. So, it was tiered. It was your high level customers and your low level customers were just all gone. So that was hard. Yeah, that was really wild. And then, when we opened, I think we're still lucky that we're unique because the pizza boom in LA is really more slice focused.
Yeah.
So we don't have a ton of competition in our niche market of sit down full service Neapolitan pizzeria. I mean, often when we go to pizza events, people are like, "Oh, the Ronan guys are here. You guys own a restaurant. You don't own a pizzeria." Yeah. And I'm like, "God damn it, we serve pizza. We're one of you, and you guys are fun. We want to hang out. Make us part of your club." But we do have this unique niche of having really good pizza and also providing an experience. It's not just a slice shop where you grab your pizza, take it home, or sit on the sidewalk and eat it.
But people do that. So it's this funny thing where we're kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Where it's casual. It can be casual. It could be more formal. It could be a takeaway thing. It could be a pizza you walk in, buy, and eat on the hood of your car in the parking lot. It could literally be anything.
I always say we're the perfect first date spot because you can literally make it whatever you want to be. If the date's going bad, you can get in and get out and be done. If the date's going well, you can sit under the string lights all night and it feels very charming and it feels just casual enough but just elevated enough. So it's funny like that.
Plus, pizza's a good first date thing where you know
Great first
is
date.
always
Universal.
something that somebody will like.
Yeah.
You also learn about each other. Like, are you a pepperoni person? Are you a mushroom person? Like, is this going to work? We need to find
Do you know
out
how to
now.
pick up the pizza and eat it with a fork and knife, or are you gonna wait for somebody to cut it?
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. That's the,
Yeah.
But I've heard that business in LA, like, so you guys, I've known a lot of pizza shop owners who own in LA, and there's like this balance of like you need to charge what you need to charge for the pizza to make it profitable, but some people don't want to pay that. But it's expensive to live out there. So how do you guys balance that?
Yeah.
I think that we are very lucky in that it is a sit-down restaurant, and we very much push in people's faces that we're shopping at the farmer's market. And people
I
in
saw
LA
that on your website.
they do really care about what they're eating. Like, they want it to be organic. They want it to be all of those things, and they're mostly willing to pay for it. But I mean, we do get the occasional Yelp review where they're like, "Oh, it's so expensive," and I'm like, "Yeah, but for the level and quality you're getting and the dining experience, you could go to another restaurant in LA that doesn't serve pizza and do like a small plates wine bar experience. Your check would be so much more than at our restaurant, and you would still be hungry because it's those small plates that are tiny, and you know you have to order 8 of them to get full." So I don't really understand it. I think it's just a conception that pizza should be cheap.
Yeah.
And you know, you just luckily LA people.
Right. Even the
Care a little bit.
fanciest pizza is still a pizza.
Yeah.
It's not. It can never be something else.
I know the average person thinks that, but like we know it's not. Like there is
Of
like
course.
cheap pizza is
There's
still
so
shitty
much-
cheap pizza.
Daniel always
There's
says
so much work.
he
that
doesn't
goes
say it
into pizza,
directly
too.
to
It's
them,
like,
luckily, because he's in the kitchen. But he's always like, "Why don't you go home and cook it yourself then?"
Yeah, go make. I even invite them to come in and try to make it. Come in here and make one. I dare you.
It's like the ingredients
I mean?
you use too. Like there's a time and a place for really cheap pizza, but they use
Yeah.
different
Totally.
ingredients and process it differently than I'm sure you do. So you
Yeah.
can't. It's not all just because it's pizza doesn't mean it's equal.
Right.
There's also the method where somebody complains and you start just telling them about what you do, and you just bore the hell out of them. You're like, "Well, we have 48-hour fermentation, and our dough starts here. It's 100% sourdough." And then you just start talking, and eventually they're like, "Okay, let's just move on."
But why isn't it crispy?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's too like, but I think the internet has helped with that, right? Like 20 years ago,
Yeah.
if you try to do what you're doing now, people would be like, "What the hell is this?" 'Cause
Yeah,
they don't
no
know
way.
anything about it. But like Instagram and
Yeah.
TikTok and YouTube and like people, like you said, especially in LA, I feel like everything starts in LA and then kind of moves East Coast. So people are more aware now, even here, about the quality of the pizza versus just it being a pizza and what's the price.
Yeah. I feel bad for the slice joints that are doing that, because there are a lot of slice joints in LA using really good quality cheese, tomatoes, flour, and you know, they'll have sit down, but like it's like you walk in, you get a pizza, or you order a pizza and you take it to go. And they're expensive, and it's harder for them, I think, to justify it, because I get that mindset. It's like, yeah, I want the pizza that tastes good, but I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
So you think it's harder to do a slice shop in LA than it would be like a sit down kind of Neapolitan pizzeria like you're doing, just because of that perception?
Yeah. Well, I
If
just
you're
think
doing that quality, I think it's hard.
you have to make so much money to pay the rent and the bills and for all the stuff. It's crazy.
Staff.
You can't just like pop open a pizzeria and like, you know, sell slices for $1 and survive.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it for like 30 days, and you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be enough money.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think people realize that. I think so I've been in the business for a long time, and like in the late 90s, early 2000s, like there's no credit cards. Nobody used credit cards.
Yeah.
Everybody paid cash. It was like if you used a credit card, it was like, shit, someone has a credit card. What do we do? Like, you gotta go to the machine, like dial
Yeah.
it in. But over time, that's all changed.
It's this thing. Cha-ching!
Yeah, like the swipe back and forth thing, and they can make a copy of it. But like
Yeah.
over time, things have changed, and the perception of what a pizza should cost hasn't changed. But like all of those credit card fees and like online ordering fees and like labor costs and rent, all of those things have
Healthcare.
been
Restaurant
increased.
employees used to never get healthcare. Now it's expected that you offer healthcare.
Right, and which is fine, right? But like people don't.
I
wanna
mean,
pay
isn't it
for a pizza
nice?
That's over $20. Yeah.
No.
We have a server who's a comedian, and we have a 4% healthcare charge on our check. I don't know if they do that in Boston yet, but
Not
we
yet.
put
I
a
don't
4%
think- well, maybe some places do,
healthcare
but not
charge.
yet. Yeah.
And some people will come in, they'll go, "What's this 4% healthcare?" And he'll go, "Oh, you know, like it's when you're sick, and then you go to the doctor, and they give you medicine, and then you feel better."
Do people complain about that?
Not very often.
Not
but
not
sometimes.
very often. It's usually people who, again, aren't from LA. I think in LA it's very common and everybody's used to it.
Yeah.
I would say it's older people.
Yeah, or older people.
I'm not going to charge you for my gas to get here.
Yeah.
Would they
Okay,
rather
dude.
see the 4% healthcare charge and know what it's going towards versus just a 4% higher product fee?
That's the thing. They'll complain either way. If they're
Yeah.
going to complain, they're going to complain.
So if it was like the pizza was 4% higher, they just think you're taking it, right? Not necessarily
Exactly.
giving it to the employee. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. But then we also, like, again, being in LA and being in a more like forward thinking community, we have some people who are like, thank you. It makes me really happy that you're doing this. And I'm like, you can come back.
Yeah. Those are the customers you want, right?
Yeah. You just became VIP.
Do you think like has it changed a lot since you guys opened in LA?
Yeah. I would say everything has changed since we opened. I mean, minimum wage when we opened, I think it was like $12 and now it's almost 18.
Yeah, that's the same here.
Huge change. The overall pizza landscape of LA has changed. The overall landscape of LA has changed with the fires, and the entertainment industry changing. And then, I mean, a big thing about like the whole way you market yourself has changed. I mean, Instagram when we opened was pictures, literal pictures, and now you have to do video content constantly, and it's exhausting for me. I'm like, I can't.
Instagram?
I do, and I actually love photography, and it was like a part of my job that really gave me a lot of fulfillment, and I'm so sad that it's obsolete because I'm a terrible videographer, and I don't have the idea, like, it's almost like you don't even post your menu anymore. You have to have like a skit with your workers, and you have to follow the trends.
I'm anti-skit with workers. I'm anti-skit with workers.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
But then you also have to have like time to do editing and color correction and like.
And then get the music to overlay correctly. Daniel is like, Caitlin, you just got to run with it now. Like, he'll hear it in the background of me trying to.
She'll like choose 50 songs in a row. Just pick the first one. It's fine. Nobody cares. Just needs to be music of some kind.
I get that. It's a never-ending cycle too. It's never like done.
Yeah.
No.
And then like we had after the strikes and during the fire times, like a lot of photographers and videographers reached out and wanted to offer us content. Like, I'll do this for free, or I'll do this for dinner, or whatever, to help you guys out. And we had a couple people do like really professional reels and really professional videos, and the
They're
difference
gorgeous.
is insane.
Yeah.
When you have like 2 weeks of someone who's professional, like make attentive to the thing, and the final product is just like, okay, I get it. I get why people pay you this much to do this.
Yeah.
Was it the result that was good, or like the final product of the video itself, or like it brought in customers, or both?
I would say both.
Yeah. I mean, the process, the whole thing, the like them coming in and doing it, and then the product, and then seeing it on the Instagram page, and it's just like, it's amazing. It's like,
Well, it's the same thing, like, right? Like, if that influencer came into the kitchen, you're like, make a pizza. They'd be like, I don't fucking know what to do. Like, what do I do?
Exactly.
And you're like, you just do this. Like, you're just used to doing it 10,000 times. You get it super quick. Same with them.
yeah.
Yeah, totally. But then it's like you have to have a budget for that.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's not cheap.
No. And it's hard to do.
It shouldn't be. It's very time consuming, yes, but it's just another added expense that I can't keep up with.
How often are you guys trying to? Is that how you get most of your customers, like to find out about you, is Instagram or social media?
I think it was originally. I think again we're 7 years old now, so we're in a place where we can kind of. I mean, you should never coast, but we do just have
Word of mouth.
a stable base that we know what's going to happen pretty much every week, and word of mouth is still continuing. And then we do an email blast, like as though it's, what year would that be? I don't know, the early 2000s again. But, you know, that actually brings in more people, I think, than Instagram. I think Instagram keeps you in the back of people's minds and it keeps you relevant, but it doesn't matter what you post. Like if you're like, tonight we're doing a special, nobody's coming in from Instagram for that. The email marketing is what will bring people in on that.
Yeah, I think word of mouth too, you guys said, like you said, this is how I look at it. Like you guys have been around for a long time, so you've had a lot of customers come in to tell people about it. So if one of your customers from the past tells someone about it, they're probably going to go to Instagram to look you up, but like search you. So they want to go see what they're going to get. So you got to kind of stay
is like
there.
your
You got to stay relevant.
It's your new website. Nobody's going to your website anymore.
Exactly.
How old are we?
Right. Your Instagram visually tells the story of what they can expect when they go in.
I actually completely forget to update the website every time we change something, and inevitably somebody will call me and be like, your website says you open at this time, and I'm like, oh, that was 6 months ago. You're the first person to notice.
Just goes to show you where they go, right?
Yeah, totally.
Same thing on Yelp, though.
Well, go ahead, sorry.
People go on Yelp and like they don't understand that Yelp is like an aggregate of your whole operating experience. Like there's pictures from the first person who did a Yelp review. They put pictures of the food from the menu, and it's people come in, they hold up their thing, they're like, can I have this? Can I have this thing on that I see on Yelp? And I'm like, that was on the menu 5 years ago. Why don't you look at the menu first before you order your food?
Or like you said, your Instagram, because I'm sure like I'm on your Instagram right now, and it's definitely got posts that are from this month, so they can see what you got this month.
Yeah.
Is there a ton of influences out there in LA though? Like to do
a lot. And honestly, when we first opened, influencing was still kind of new. And we had so many influencers reach out and say, I want to come in and dine for free. And I was like, fuck you. No way. Sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to curse.
Nah, you're fine. I did.
Okay, beautiful. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not giving you a meal for free. And now it's real value in it because I see how much time goes into that video content and all of that. And it's just so funny how that changed so quickly, my mindset on it. Like now I'm like, come on in. Let's do it.
It's way easier to overfeed someone and like give them the stuff they need for the content.
And then the servers will be like, oh my God, they ordered the whole menu. And I'm like, yes, that means like
that means they're going to show the whole menu.
I don't want them to come in and just get enough food for 2 people. That's not worth my time to showcase the restaurant.
Right. Plus, if they have a good following in your area, they'll post that.
Yeah.
You can like repurpose that for your own content. So you not only get exposure, but repurposed content.
Totally. And also I think like it's become more of a community where the influencers also like Daniel said, a bunch of them. So during the fires, it was if you're donating food to firefighters or displaced Angelinos, we want to offer you our services. So there's become a lot of times where they've really shown that they're here for the community as well. Versus at the beginning, it was like anyone with an Instagram account was like, can I eat for free?
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, you're doing this. You're part of the community. You're doing a job. And it's changed a lot.
I like that. And one thing we haven't touched on too much is, and I think you mentioned it, is the pizza itself. You guys do a sourdough pizza?
We do.
We do.
I like that. How did you come up with the recipe for the pizza? Is it something that you made at home, or?
It was a funny story. All comes back to Sourdough. There was a falling out between. It was a 2 chefs restaurant, so it wasn't.
Okay.
Huh?
I don't think you should say that.
Okay, I won't say that.
Thank you.
They wanted a new pizza. They wanted a new pizza dough recipe at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So I did all this R&D and I did all this stuff and I tried 100 different kinds of flour, 100 different kinds of timing, 100 different mixes. Cold ferment here, cold ferment there, this warm, this cold, this fed for this long, and it was like it went so into like this tornado of different trial and error. And then all of a sudden just kind of like fell into this vein where I was like, okay, this flour works. Okay, this amount of water works. Okay, this timing works. And then I finally presented the final product and I was like, here is this dough that can now be like served. And at the end they were just like, we're just going to use the old dough. We don't want to alienate any of our regulars and like change the product or anything. So we're just going to stay with what we had. And I was like, okay, sure. So I just kept that in my pocket, and I had to do absolutely no R&D when the restaurant opened. The pizza dough was already ready to go.
So they paid you to do R&D for your own restaurant.
They paid me to do nine months of R&D for this pizza dough.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah, take the W where you can, I guess. You know what I mean.
So when you opened up Ronan, that's the dough you used.
That's the dough.
Have you changed it at all?
A few times, not the mix, but a few of the just like little timings of mixes and timings of this and timings of that, and honestly, mostly by accident. Like one time, sous chef left the mixer on for too long, and I was like, "Hey, that's good. We're gonna leave the mixer on for longer forever now." Or we're gonna add this. He forgot to add the salt in the beginning. In the beginning, we were adding the salt early, and then I was like, "Wait, you forgot to add the salt, but the dough looks really nice. So let's add the salt now." And then now we add the salt later. So it's like a whole. It's become this.
There were a lot of accidents that didn't turn out as well, by the way.
Yes, like
Yeah,
putting sugar in instead of salt, putting too much water in, putting not zeroing the scale properly and having the whole thing be like completely wrong. So there were still mistakes. Somebody was mixing the dough like 3 days ago and they screwed up the timing, and I was like, you have to throw it in the trash. We have to start over. It's like. It's very particular how the order of the things goes to get the final product that we want.
Yeah, people just think, oh, it's just flour and water. Yeah, I mean, essentially it kind of is, but like there's a lot that goes into that flour and water that makes a pizza.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You can.
Which
okay,
is
hold
again
on.
back. Yeah, sorry.
Is that one good? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Which is going back to what we talked about pricing, right? People don't understand like all the whole thing, like all of that research and all of that testing to come up with the pizza that you have now. No, it's not very easy for someone to just be like, yeah, I can make a pizza and replicate all of the time you put in and all those mistakes.
Exactly, and then on top of that, our dough is 4.5 days from the first mix of the starter to when we can serve it.
Wow. That's a long time.
It's a long time, and it's a lot of storage, and it's a lot of keeping track of how much we're going to need for how many days we need to have it, and it's just a funny thing. People are just like, oh, what do you mean? You just make pizza dough, and then you make pizza, and then we eat it. What's the problem? Why is it got to be so expensive?
Or like you run out, you're like, just go make some more. You're like, okay, let me just go back and make more pizza for you for tonight.
Let me go time travel for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't understand, like, you need time to rest. So your walk-in must have a ton of dough in it. Do you have a walk-in or do you have stand-up fridges?
Yeah, we have a walk-in, and it usually has at least 400 pizza doughs in it at any time.
Wow. One size pizza?
Yeah.
So one size dough ball you guys use for all of your pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, which kind of makes it a lot easier. It always fascinates me when I see these places do 3 different size or 4 different size pizzas, and they do in high volume. Like, how do you manage all of that dough in the walk-in?
In Italy, once again at that place I said, Da Michele, they have small or regular and large, and I'm 100% convinced because I've watched the operation that it's just the same. They just stretch it bigger. It's the same dough ball. They just stretch it a little bit bigger.
I mean, we did that. So we had a 16-inch pizza, and then we served like 18-inch slices, and we just used the same dough ball, just made it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
We didn't have to add any extra dough to it. Nobody knew the difference.
Sure. No.
I'm sure at the time you were angry, and now you're like, yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the price difference, like €2 or something. It was like nothing. It was just like, for some reason, I guess there was enough customer demand for a pizza that was like 1 inch bigger.
I mean, from their perspective, that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like charge $2 extra just to make it a little bit bigger.
Maybe we should start doing that.
I know. I was just thinking that we should write that. That's probably a great idea. Someone's going to take that idea from this podcast and be like, you know what? I'm going to do an 18-inch pizza with a 16-inch dough ball and not do anything different. Just make it a little bigger.
Yeah.
Charge an extra $3. That's great. So, do you guys eat pizza outside of your own restaurant, or is it just your own pizza?
Sometimes.
Any favorite?
We mostly eat like
in LA?
Slices and squares. Squares we go after a lot because it's such a different product than what we make.
I
Any
think we
favorite
do a
places
lot
you
more
like?
than. Oh, there's a lot. We love Hot Tongue, super good. Apollonia's is super good. We also have 3 kids, so like pizza is like part of the
We eat a lot of
culture.
We even eat Domino's pizza, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
There was actually a New Year's Eve. We came home to a Domino's pizza. Our
kids,
our
all they
babysitter
want
had
is
ordered
Domino's
it,
pizza. Look, I have let me
and we'd had like a
approve it.
a bad service, not a bad service, but a rough service. Like it was raining, everyone was late. We got to turn that off.
What?
It's doing like.
Oh, I got a Domino's pizza app, man. I get points.
Yeah.
Is that something like you order when it's late, nothing else is open, or you actually like?
It's like a treat. It's like an earned. for some reason they love it. So we could give them our pizza every day, and sometimes they just won't eat it at all. And it's like the best pizza ever in the world, in my opinion. And I just want Domino's pizza. It's like part of being a kid, I guess.
Our 10-year-old has also decided to like rate our dinners. So like she'll be like, "This was a 7 out of 10." I'll just be like, "Burn."
You gotta record her. She could be the next
2 out of
influencer on
10.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Forget about a 7 out of 10.
That's great.
she might be.
Yeah, I like that bologna. I went in there too. I did a video with Justin, and I know Alex from Hot Tongue. He does.
Oh, he's great.
Too. I think Alex from Hot Tongue's underrated. His pizza's underrated. Like you always see those best pizza in LA awards, and his is never on there. And I thought he did a really good job.
He does an amazing job. His food is so good. But he's one of those ones who's doing the best ingredients for slices.
Yeah.
And I still think he keeps his prices really reasonable.
Yeah, I think it's like $4.50 for a slice or something.
Yeah,
And they're
he's talked
big.
about it
They're
before
like
on the
giant
podcast.
slices.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
big. And he's talked about what we talked about, which is like it's hard for people to grasp the price of what it needs to be for using that quality of product. On the podcast before. This is great. I'm glad you guys were able to join me on the podcast and talk to you. Where can people go? I know we could probably talk for hours, but where can people go say hello to you or find your Instagram if they want to check you out, if they're in LA or just kind of heading to LA soon?
If you're in LA, the restaurant is 7315 Melrose. We're in between La Brea and Fairfax. If you're not in LA, don't go to our website because I don't update it. Go to Instagram at Ronan_LA.
That was funny.
We'll link it up in the show notes for this episode too. If you're watching on YouTube or on the audio version, just check the description. We'll put the Instagram. We probably will put your website in there. Right? We're not going to update it.
Yeah, why not?
On there. We'll just put your Instagram.
Old school.
But thank you guys. I appreciate you joining.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Thanks to Daniel and Caitlin for joining me. Go check them out. We will link everything in the description below this video. If you want to get some referral money, refer some of your friends to Slice. You can get up to $2,000. Click the link below, slice.com/referrals. Get some of that money just by referring Slice to your pizza friends. More information in the link below. Go check that out. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like. I very much appreciate that. And if you could leave us a review on iTunes or Spotify, if that's where you're listening to this, thank you so much. Appreciate you. See you right back here next week, everybody.